Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing the mid-year book tag. I love watching mid-year book tag video. I think they're just so fun, like seeing what everybody thinks in one like concise video of the books that they've read so far in the year. I did deviate a little bit from the original book tag questions that were made a few years ago. I think I added a few and then I changed up the wording a little bit. But first I wanted to start with just a little bit of stats. So far I've read 25 books, and this year I had my goal as only 40 books because, quite frankly, as a full-time college student, I just don't have the time or the will to be reading as much. So we dropped it down from my normal goal of like 80 to 40, but hey, I am still winning my goal and I am still reading a lot of books, way more than the average person, so I will take it. Okay, I will take it. I've also read 7,556 pages. I don't count audiobooks as pages. Like, I count my books like physical, digital, and then audio, so that I can actually see how many like pages versus like minutes I listen to and that kind of stuff. I read 13 books physically, 6 books digitally, and then 6 books on audio, which is pretty good. This year I wanted to tackle my TBR a lot more and read a lot more of my physical books, which I definitely have been doing and I am very happy about. So let us get into the book tag questions. Okay, first and foremost, we have to talk about the best book of the year so far. And I think I have to say A Man Called Ova by Frederick Bachman. I absolutely fell in love with this book. I've had like a decent amount of 5 stars this year, but like this, she holds top spot. I just think Frederick Bachman's writing is absolutely incredible, and the story just felt so like heartwarming. I feel like at the beginning you really didn't know where it was gonna go, especially as I haven't read one of his books before. I just wasn't sure if it was gonna be a happy ending, but like it genuinely just makes me so happy every single time I think about it. Like, it's just so heartwarming. It's just about a little old man trying to find love in friendships, and I think it's so cute. Next up is my favorite sequel of the year, and I mean, it is a tough one, but I think spot one has to be Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros, the 3rd book in the Empyrean series, which, if you don't know, is like Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and now Onyx Storm. I know the series gets a lot of hate, and hey, like, I get it to a certain extent, but I love it. And I thought Onyx Storm was so good, if you can't tell by all the tabs going on here. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I have no clue how I'm gonna wait over a year for the next book to come out, because there were so many cliffhangers. Like, so many cliffhangers, so much betrayal. I really don't know what's gonna happen, but I really enjoyed this book. Also, honorable mention to a book that I literally just finished last night, but Golden Sun by Pierce Brown, which is the 2nd book in the Red Rising trilogy and series, because if you don't know, it was originally a trilogy and then he kind of like built off of it. But this book just took Red Rising and like ran with it. Red Rising was already really interesting. This was like so much better, just so much action and intrigue, and the characters were so, like, I loved it. I really liked it, and I am glad that my book club is finishing the trilogy for next month. Then we have new releases that I have yet to read, and I am very excited to in the next half of the year. We've got a few, but I just decided to pick the ones that I physically have that I haven't read yet, and I've been like literally itching to read, but I was low-key in a bit of a slump. So My Friends by Frederick Bachman. I mean, like, my favorite book of the year was A Man Called Ova by Frederick Bachman, so you best know I am so excited to read this. I think the cover is absolutely just incredible and stunning. Also, like, I am not a hardcover girly, but like, if you hand me a special edition, yeah, I'm gonna buy it. I'm sorry, like, he literally signed it and it says "from a friend." I'm like, I'm gonna cry. Then we have 2 favorite authors that I just, you know, I absolutely am so excited to read these books. Firstly, It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan. I absolutely love her writing. I think it's incredible. It's so beautiful. Her books are like literary fiction, women's fiction with some romance in it, and I just think that the way that she explains things is just so human and like so touching, and I'm so excited to read this. Also, like, the fact that her bathing suit, like low-key looks like the Midnight's bodysuit. Like I think about that every single time I look at this cover. Like since she announced the cover, I think about that constantly. Then lastly, we have Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston, I don't know. I love her writing too. I think it's just so incredible. The 7-Year Slip, like I genuinely think about that book constantly. It was written so incredibly, and I just can't wait to read this. I'm literally about to go on vacation, so you best know I have some little romancy, light-hearted women's fictions up my sleeve. Then we have best new release of the year that I have read. And first of all, I mean, I'm gonna have to give all my praises to Sunrise on the Reaping by Susan Collins. I'm just such a big Hunger Games girly and a Haymitch girly within that universe, and like that book destroyed me. Like, I'm sorry, but the writing and the characters and the fact that it was the second Porter Quell, like I genuinely cannot think about it. It is so good. But I'm gonna move on just so that I'm not like literally about to cry. The second book that I also really loved, because I just can't pick one, is The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I read the first Magnolia Parks book and the first Daisy Hates book by Jessa, and I really loved the writing, but I just like didn't think I was gonna like the book, so I low-key like gaslit myself into thinking I didn't like them as much as I did. So I do need to reread that series. But I read this when I came out, and oh my god, like her writing is just so incredible. I mean, like I'm gonna be saying this about a lot of books because a lot of these questions are like your favorite this, your favorite that, so like yeah, I'm just gonna be like, oh my god, the writing, oh my god, the writing, like what do you expect? But like her writing is so unique. The way that she pulls metaphors that like I truly don't know where she comes up with them. Like they are so specific to like these niche feelings that like everybody feels, but are like so just like uber specific. Like I just don't know how she does it, but she writes them so beautifully, and this book was incredible. And then lastly, out of that little list, I have Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I love an Emily Henry book, and I have to say I really enjoyed that one. I know it's had a lot of mixed reviews, but I gave it a 5-star. I love Emily Henry's writing. I think it's so beautiful. I love the way that she intertwined Margaret's story with the love story. Like I thought it was just done so beautifully, and I just really enjoyed that. And then we have the most anticipated read for like the next half of the year. Honestly, I didn't know what to do for that, but then I literally saw today that Jessa Hastings is coming out with another book, literally I think in July, which is absolutely insane, seeing as The Conditions of Will literally dropped in May. So I'm like, slow down. Apparently she literally wrote it in a month, but that is Time of Your Life by Jessa Hastings. I don't know a lot about it. I think possibly that it might be a series, but don't quote me on that. It's basically a romance between a musician and a model, and Jessa knows how to do messy and fun and interesting and toxic, so I am very excited for that. And that is literally the only book that I could think of that is coming out in the next 6 months that I'm excited for. I feel like so many releases that I love are always like April, May, June, so I don't quite know what's coming out for the rest of the year. Then we have biggest disappointment of the year. Now this one's just annoying because it's like obviously like you don't want any books to disappoint you, but like hey, there's always an inevitability, and it doesn't even mean that the book is necessarily bad, it's just not what you expected. So the less disappointing out of the two disappointments is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. Now I did give this book a 4-star and I really enjoyed it, but I just have to say, like, I did think it was like a little bit slow in parts, a little bit like in your face with like the message. I just expected better from like the uproar that it caused when it came out. I don't know if you guys have heard any of that so far, but they're doing some kind of construction outside and there are airplanes flying all over, so I had to shut the window, so the lighting's not gonna be as good, but hopefully the audio will be better, so I will take what I can get. The next disappointment was low-key, I think it's like a 1-star. Like I gave it like a 2 or a 2.5 to try to be nice, but like I really didn't like that book, and that is Passion Project by London Sperry. I mean, low-key my fault for like picking up a rom-com when I literally haven't been in the mood for a rom-com since like November, and I've been rating them all like relatively poorly. But like this one was just really bad. Like, if you want to see my full opinions and emotions on it, I talked about it in my spring wrap-up, but I just found the main character so insufferable. Like, you know how people say like you have to love yourself to find love so that others love you, because like how's anybody gonna value you if you don't value yourself? Well, she didn't value herself, and it was just so infuriating, and that's all I'm gonna say right now. I don't want to think about it anymore. Then we have Biggest Surprise, which I will be regurgitating books because here's the thing. I only read 25 books this year, and also like my favorites are my favorites, and you know, they will just continue to come up. But the biggest surprise was The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I didn't really know what to expect because of the fact that I had only read the first two Magnolia Parks books. But I literally gave this book a 5-star, and I loved it so much. I think I binged the whole book in like 2 days or something, but it was absolutely incredible. I thought the storyline was so good, so complex, so interesting. It just really pulled me in. I really enjoyed it, and I was very pleasantly surprised that I gave this a 5-star. Next, we have a book that made me cry, and I mean, hey, there are like two very obvious answers, like if you know all the books I read this year. And the first one is Sunrise on the Reaping. I mean, like, hello, it's literally a book where 47 children have to die. Like, it was really emotional. It really wrecked me. I'm still not good thinking about it. I wasn't even good before I read it because like I knew what Haymitch had been through, and like I can't. But like that book truly destroyed me. I was sobbing for so long. I think I took like a 30-minute break at one point and just stared at the ceiling to try to like recollect myself after this one point, because I was just like, this cannot be real. And the next book we have is A Man Called Ova, because I mean, if you know the premise of this book, you know why it made me sob. It's so heartwarming and so endearing. But the whole story is about this old man who's about 65 years old, I think, and his wife just recently passed, and he wants to end his life because he just feels like he has no more reason to go on without her. And so like it's such a beautiful story because he like finds love and hope and like a reason to hold on through friends. It just truly shattered me, like hearing everything going on and like the flashbacks to when they first met when they were younger and like everything. I truly could not handle myself with this book. It was incredible. I remember when I was finishing the book, I was in my room and two of my friends were there and they were also reading books, and I'm just sat there like silently sobbing, and they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just like on the last few pages, like we don't need to talk about it. And they're like, okay girl, get a grip. But I was like, I can't. Like, it is just incredible, truly incredible. And then we have a book that made me happy, which, I mean, I think, first of all, I have to say A Man Called Ova, because like for everything that I just said, like it is so heartbreaking, but it is also so heartwarming because of the way that he finds love. It just made me feel so hopeful after finishing it. I feel like I just had such a big smile on my face for like the last 50% of it. I was just like, I love you and I'm so happy for you. And also he's just such a funny man, so I was just like giggling all the time at the stuff that he was saying, like even when it was really like dark and sad. It's just an incredible book. And then I also have Tom Lake, which I currently have loaned out to my mom, so I don't have it on hand, but I absolutely adored that book. Like, it was so good. It is about this mom who is telling the story of her first love, which she had when she was like briefly in the entertainment business, to her 3 daughters who are all in like their 20s and 30s during the pandemic, because they've all come home and their home is this beautiful cherry farm. And it is just such a beautiful story. Like, I love the connection between them. Just the setting was so beautiful, and I was just like happy reading it the whole time. I was like, this is so cute and sweet, and I just loved it. Then we have New Fictional Crush. Guys, I met some faves this year. I mean, I always do. You always do when you read new books. But like, oh my god. First of all, can we all raise a hand to Miles? To Miles from Funny Story by Emily Henry. I love this book so much, and through reading it, I figured out that, frankly, oh, did that literally... It just fell off. Okay, I'm gonna fix that later. But I need a Miles in my life. Like, the way that he just loves her and accepts her and is there for her. Like, I just love him so much. He is everything and more. I think he might honestly be my favorite book boyfriend of all time. I love you so much, Miles. Like, oof, so good. And then I have to say it because she's just such an icon, like such an icon, and I loved like seeing her background and the way she evolved. But Maisie Donner from Sunrise on the Reaping, like, she is just such a badass but also such a sweetie. Seeing somebody who has like a quote-unquote like not like bad person, but like who Haymitch believed was like his enemy or like evil at the beginning, and just like seeing them like form this friendship, it was just so beautiful. And I love you, Maisie, and I cannot wait to watch the movie in November 2026. McKenna Grace is gonna eat that role. She is like perfect in my head for Maisie Donner. Like, I love her so much. Then we have books that I want to finish by the end of the year, and I do have a 25 books to read in 2025 list, and I think I went through it like the other day and I read like 9 or something, so I have like a good bit left. So I thought I would just read through that. But I have Babel by R.F. Kuang, It's a Love Story, Annabelle Monaghan, Nora Goes Off Script, Annabelle Monaghan, Firefly Lane, Kristen Hanna, The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary, Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas, House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas, Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas, Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston, Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez, Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage, Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, which is like, that's my like reach book. I'm like, if I like have the time and the willpower, I was just kind of like, I think it'd be fun to read this year. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, Will Prescribe You a Cat by Sue Ishida, and Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So it's an ambitious list, but that is my list. That's what happens when I don't keep on track of like finishing those books in the amount of time. Like, it'd be nice if I had 13 done and like 12 left, but that is just not the case. A must-read recommendation is 100% Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. I think this book is just so sweet and heartwarming, and it's really just about like human interaction and connection, friendship and family, how every little thing just matters. And I think it's so remarkable and sweet. And also just like, be nice to animals. Like, you know, they're humans too, or not humans. They're living beings too, and like they deserve love and affection and attention, like proper entertainment and like educational nourishment. And I absolutely adore this book, and I think everybody should honestly read it. I think it would benefit everybody. Book that I need more of, aka like a sequel or to make it longer or whatever, Sunrise on the Reaping. Like, I'm sorry, but like, why was it so short? I'm like, I get it. Actually, she like perfectly did everything she needed to, and like she went into so many incredible details, but like, yeah, I just want Haymitch's life for like the next 24 years. Like, I need to know, like, we know what happened and it's kind of like low-key nothing happened, but like I just want to sit there and like read his diary entries or something, because like I love that book and I love that man. So then we have Most Beautiful Cover, and I'm gonna start with a book that I basically just said, and that is Remarkably Bright Creatures. I mean, like, you see the cover, she's beautiful, the colors, the sprayed edges are sun, but like, we're talking about the cover, like, hello, she's beautiful. I love it. Then we have My Friends by Frederick Bachman. I mean, the book is literally about the painting that is on the cover of this book, so like, duh, but like also it's just done so well and it's so beautiful, and I'm in a big color craze right now, so like, we love. And then last but not least, because I'm indecisive as hell and this book is stunning, is The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. Clearly I can talk about nothing but the same books over and over and over again, but like, it's so beautiful. Like, the attention to detail, the little penny halo, the people down, like, it's so good. I love it. The back cover is incredible. Like, I'm sorry, but I will just be talking about the same books over and over and over again because this is my channel and the books that I read. Sue me. A new favorite author, 1,000,000% is Fredrik Backman. I just think that he's incredible. I think his writing is definitely very subjective. I know like all writing is subjective, all art is subjective, but like his writing is definitely very, very subjective. But like I personally click with it so well and love it, and I think it's so unique and beautiful and it really pulls you in. And like he's not afraid to pull the punches and like talk about things that a lot of people don't talk about, and I really, really enjoyed it. Then we have the longest book I read this year, and oddly enough it was a perfect tie because both of these books have 527 pages, and that is Fearless by Lauren Roberts, which I do have the reverse cover on, and Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. We love a good fantasy. I was so shocked to see that this book is the same length as this, because like the books in this series are chunky. Like this is like YA, more like la la la, but like apparently they're the same length. Ate her up in like 3 days. Took me like 4 or 5 just because like the material is so much denser, but done. And then we have the shortest book, which is The Answer Is No by Fredrik Backman. It's a short story. It is so sweet. If you like short stories and you like Fredrik Backman, I would definitely recommend. Like it's only 68 pages, I think, but it is just so beautiful, and it like tugs on your heartstrings the right way and just makes you end with a beautiful smile on your face with literally just 68 pages of writing. Then I thought I'd do one that, you know, puts me on blast a little bit, and that is how many books did I buy this year? And I'm low-key surprised. I kind of thought it was gonna be more. It's still not a good number, especially because I only read 13 physical books this year, and I'm trying to deplete my physical TBR, but I bought 15 books this year. I didn't personally buy all those. I did get a few of them as gifts, but like I'm gonna count it because like new editions, and I would say I think like 11 of those I purchased myself, so like not doing the best, but like hey, a lot of them were like new releases or like the continuation to a series. Like I'm sorry, but I had to do it. Like what do you expect me to do? Looking at these like low-key I bought most of these this year. That's really funny. I guess this was really just a new release year for me. And then our last question is how many 5 stars did I have this year? I think I had 5. Let me go through it. From the top, A Man Called Ova. We know her, we love her. She's a doll. Look at those tabs, look at those tabs. I love this book. She was my first 5-star of the year. Ooh, books are falling. Then we have Funny Story by Emily Henry. It's an Emily Henry. What do you expect from me? I love this book so much. I mean, Miles is literally my favorite book boyfriend like of all time right now, so like says enough. Then we have The Conditions of Will. I've said enough during this video. Like I think it's just such an incredible book, and I would very much recommend. Obviously I would recommend all of my 5 stars because I gave them 5 stars, but like she's great. And then we have another Emily Henry, which is Great Big Beautiful Life. Once again, this book has had a lot of like mixed reviews, but I thought it was done so incredibly. I thought that the connection between the stories was incredible. I thought the way that they wrapped up at the end was incredible. I just overall really enjoyed this book, and it was just so beautiful. Like I love it. And then last but not least, we have Sunrise on the Reaping. My baby, my child, my everything. She's a 6-star if she could be, but like my baby. And then we have an honorable mention of like, I think about her so much that I'm like, maybe like low-key is she, but I don't remember if I rated her like a 4.5 or a 4.75, but like truly incredible, and like please read her. That is Tom Lake. I just love that book. I just think it's such a beautiful read. So springy, maybe a little bit summery. Like it's just so lovely. Thank you guys so much for watching my yearly book tag. This was really fun to film and like look back on and like answer these questions. But yeah, I had a really good time reading so far this year, and I hope you guys keep on watching me for the rest of the year, because I have some exciting reads that I still need to read this year. And yeah, so I will see you guys next week. Bye bye.
I'm coming over around the corner.